Hello there, boys and girls. Welcome to our second match. We may be a little beat up, but we're still kicking strong, and we've got to win, so that's always good.
Kicking strong, does this mean we're fouling this week?
Shh, no, never. We are playing against humans, and a lot of... the kickoff event this time was called Pitch Invasion. There's a bunch of dice to go into, it doesn't matter. Basically, we lost because...
That was good!
We lost, and so now, like, half of our team is fouled. Not fouled, stunned, I'm sorry.
I don't think I've ever seen a completely one-sided... I don't think I've ever seen that. That was awful.
You're welcome. So, we're playing against the McD and his human team, the Snob All-Stars. You can see he's set up in the unicorn skull, which is, you can see there's a skull here, and then the thrower up there is the unicorn. Horn.
I prefer the smiley face.
I like the smiley face better, too. But, Berg, humans are the Blood Bowl team. Would you agree?
What?
When you talk about, hey, what's a Blood Bowl team like? Like humans and orcs are kind of like the stereotype of Blood Bowl.
Yeah, they kind of just have everything. I mean, they're not great at anything, but they can do everything.
Mm-hmm. So let's start with the ogre. Last game we saw a big guy in the Minotaur who had frenzy and he had horns and he could run around, he could break tackle. The ogre is a little bit different. So first of all, he doesn't have any skills and he's just 5 strength. But his nega trait is something called Bonehead. So every single time he tries to do an action, he has to roll a d6, and if he rolls a 1, you'll hear the dough, and he'll just stand there, and he can't make his action, and his tackle zones go away. His brain can't handle all the Blood Bowl.
He's effectively worse than a Minotaur in almost every way.
Yeah.
Yep, pretty much. Wild Animal is hardly a nega trait compared to the other ones, and... oh, well, at least he's a big guy on a team that desperately needs some strength.
Mm-hmm. Luckily for me, the McD is setting up on a very, very, very heavy cage. Like, look at this. We have multiple levels of screens defending the cage, and that's great for me because I have my teams on the ground. So, I'm able to set up all of my players very effectively.
Yeah, and it kind of takes away what could have been a stronger advantage off of the pitch invasion.
Mm-hmm. We have, I can't even see what those names are. Agorbar Mala something and Verfendon Gaffalo whatever. Because we came into this game with only 9 players and you need 11 to field a full squad effectively. If you can't bring 11 players, you get mercenaries. Mercenaries are just the same as the linemen, which in our case are the elf linemen, so they're 6 movement. 4 agility, all that. But they have a skill called Loner, which means if I want to try to use one of my team rerolls, so like if they make a blocker, like a throw, or God forbid they like do going for it to go score, and they fail, then I have to roll a 3+ to even try to use the reroll. So even if I succeed that 3+, I still have to actually make the reroll happen.
The worst part about them is just the names, though. Oh, what are those names?
They're terrible.
Verfindon Galanrin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's going to be a while before we have 11 players again, so we might be looking at these gross names for a little while.
That's the worst. Oh, well, at least we can just offer them up to be the first ones to die.
Yeah, exactly. They're extremely useful for being the ones who get to die.
Yes,
hopefully.
The front line. Well, let's just hope they don't have to do anything important.
Yeah. Also, obviously, if they score touchdowns or get SPP or whatever, you can hire them after the match and they join your team and they lose the loner skill. But if they get SPP and then you don't hire them, then you just lose that. So like if I have to score with one of them, I will. But if I have the choice, then obviously I don't want to because those SPPs are better spent on players who are actually going to be on the team.
Well, and loners, of course, always get MVP.
That's true as well.
Loners and dead players always get it.
We've already demonstrated that dead people always get MVP.
Yes. Hopefully this game will see the loner MVP.
Mm-hmm. So the ball carrier for the humans is a thrower. The humans, by the way, are a base agility 3 team, so other than the big guy, they're basically like us, only a little shittier. But they get a thrower who has pass, as well as sure hands, which is a skill that lets you, if you fail a pickup, you get to roll it again, and then when you fail it again, you get to yell sure hands. That's part of the fun of having it.
Oh yeah, it's always useful until it's not.
Sure hands guarantees that you fail the second pickup, and then you get to yell sure hands.
Well, Agi 3.
Yeah, exactly. That's the fun part of Agility 3. And whereas we have 2 blitzers who are pretty fast and have block and sidestep. They humans get 4 blitzers, and they all start with block. Although there is one player you can see there, sort of in the middle towards the bottom. His name is Pier Paolo Pasolini. He has a skill called...
Is it questionable dodge?
That was a very questionable dodge. He has a skill called Guard, which I'm not going to spend too much time fawning over, but it basically, because that gets into like how do assist mechanics work when you're trying to determine what your strength score is when you're blocking players. But basically, his tackle zone always affects a -1 modifier. So right now, even though like other players could be marking people that I'm trying to block, he's always going to be giving that -1, which is bad, especially in big scrums like this.
Yeah, and especially with teams that are even in strength for the most part, just a couple of good guards can really swing the whole game around.
Yeah, like right now he's being a pretty big thorn in my side because he is pretty well stuck in. And as you can see, I'm having to spend a lot of my players to give assists to try to wedge myself out. Well, he can just advance his cage up into the left. Well, I guess down into the left in this case.
It does kind of look like he's got you kind of stuck up in a scrum where you're going to have to do some punching.
Oh my.
Oh no.
My.
Suicide Tank is a killer.
So Suicide Tank gets the kill. He uses his team Apothecary, and it rerolls to miss next game, so that guy is out.
Oh no. He's safe. He's safe.
Yeah. And so he's no longer a thorn in our side, and that's a good kill. That's our first. Is that our first casualty?
Yes.
Oh no, we got the Minotaur.
Yeah, you knocked out the Minotaur last game.
Of course. So you can see I'm having to move a third player to make this 2DB with a loner, which is especially gross. But doing so frees up Elrond to not only stand here and start the screen, but to sort of dig some of these players out.
Yeah, that lets you hit his kid. That's his guard one there.
Yep.
Power, right?
And then I'll be able to follow up with this with the dragon. It's only a 1DB, but that'll get him away from the ogre.
I believe in you, Rexy.
So yeah, the dragon, of course.
He unleashes it.
And what was a very terrible, scary situation is now a lot better because a lot of his team's on the ground because I managed to roll a lot of POWs. And not only do I have a good defense right at the front with Elrond, Suicide Tank, and the loose cannon, but if he wants to keep pushing up the sidelines, I have players who can essentially just get away and go mess with them.
Yeah, and Suicide Tank is right up in the middle there. The Pro Elf Blitzers is such a pain in the ass to deal with.
Yeah.
It's looking pretty decent here.
Yeah, sure is.
Until this ogre starts punching your team.
Mm-hmm. The weird thing that you will notice is that the video is only 20 minutes, which is kind of short for a first half.
Yeah, it's been flying by.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nothing really exciting happening here.
Nope. We're reaching the point where his cage integrity is starting to fail as he's trying to push up the sideline and down the field. He can't maintain that perfect X-shape cage.
Yeah, it's harder for humans to do than a lot of teams too, just because they tend to be a kind of squishy team that doesn't have great blitzers.
Oh, that's fantastic to see.
Oh, wow.
So this accomplishes a lot. This means that he now can't move up to the left of the sideline, and it also means that because of the positions of Mayor Zarachi, is that Zar? Hold on, Mayor something Zarchi. It means that his thrower can't dodge down and to the right and then run past all my players or whatever. He's this dude's stuck.
Yep, and right there is Prelf Blitzers being Prelf Blitzers.
Yeah.
They're just horrifyingly annoying creatures. Unless you pow, I mean, you don't have dodge on him yet, but once he has it, give him that, give him guard. They're impossible to get rid of. Where is he going to move now, though?
I don't know. Probably his best bet is to... I mean, he can't... If he runs away from his own players, he's dead in the water. Because I'm faster, I can dodge away, and I can swarm him.
He doesn't really have anywhere to move either, though.
All he can really do is pile up people on the Suicide Tank and just try to block a little bit. So that's what he's going to do with Buck Adams. He's making it so that Suicide Tank can't just dodge away and go punch his ball carrier, but he's also going to leave himself pretty vulnerable because he can't close up that backside.
Yeah, this is not the space he wanted to be in here.
No, absolutely not. He put a lot on the Ogre Blitz.
Yeah, that push killed it.
Yeah. Oh, that's always unfortunate to see.
Yeah.
It's turn 3 and he's already used a second reroll. That's not the worst block in the world, but that was questionable whether or not you wanted to reroll that.
Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, I think the reroll was questionable. I don't think the block was.
Yeah.
The block was fine, but he's a player that's not really going to get much done, but getting another dude stunned kind of sucks for him, too.
Mm-hmm.
So
now that I have him in a good position, unfortunately, he has just enough. He's just enough of a defense up that I can't really get to the ball this turn, but I can definitely set up to make some stuff happen.
I don't know. For me, the suicide tank up the sideline play is pretty real.
That's a lot of dice.
Yeah, 3+ with reroll. Those never fail.
So now, I mean, when elves can knock players out of the game, when elves are used to playing at a disadvantage, we saw that in the first game. I go down 2 players, I can still do stuff because I'm super agile. But when elves go down, or when elves go up players and they start knocking out, say, humans, things are looking really, really bad.
It rapidly goes from difficult to impossible to defend. Especially with just elves, just all Agi 4 everywhere. Everyone's always a threat. I mean, their Linos have only 6 movement, but that's still pretty okay.
Unless McD can start getting some big time casualties, he's not looking great.
Yeah. Especially you kicked off to him this half too, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, he needs some casualties now.
So I decided that I'm going to take my blitz. Unfortunately, so I finally have to use a reroll on a failed block, but I'm going to use my blitz to get behind him. And this not only puts pressure on him to try to get away, maybe he has to dodge, maybe he tries to push my players away, but it also puts Elrond in a great position to, if shit goes real and the ball goes on the ground, I can just chuck it to Elrond and he can take off. Yeah. Elrond is straight gone. The humans, the fastest player they have is movement 6, and the fastest player I have is Elrond, and he's already that far down.
Elrond's already a hero for this team.
Yeah, and Elrond has more than proven himself.
Yeah, he's earned it. I hope he gets that touchdown.
You can see I chose not to follow up with Suicide Tank and get away from the Ogre. That's because I don't want that Ogre running free. I'm okay with Suicide Tank taking another block if he chooses to do so. And in this case, the Bonehead fails, you can see from the dice log. McD is not happy. He says, oh, get fucked. Probably to the Ogre.
Whoa, did he type Henry?
Where?
It's like he got one of my quotes.
Oh, right. So Suicide Tank is unfortunately down, but that's... and Tina Fey is also stuck up pretty bad, but we're still... You can see we have a nice, big, wide cage circled around his players. Yeah,
but that kind of dodge just to get off the sideline is fine. It's just a last play.
Yeah.
I don't want to let her get served, obviously, but...
Tina, yeah, she could get surfed if he chose to do so. He can blitz with Mayor Zarchi, and then take that position and then punch with Buck Adams. But that's probably not the priority right now.
It could be. Did McD turn into Yappo? Because then he would surf him. 100%.
God, I hope not. If he chooses to surf, that puts a lot of his players still on the sideline.
Yeah. Agi 3 dodging always... Oh, no, I was wrong.
So he makes another ill-advised dodge, and now, it's time to break this.
Yeah, this is going south real quick.
Yeah, this is not good. I'm going to get blocks with On the Shelf. I'm going to get blocks with Elrond Hubbard. I can blitz if I need to. And that's a lot of dice to throw at a ball carrier who doesn't have block or dodge. And you can see 6-6. Yeah. It's all good. Ball's going to be on the ground.
Let's see.
It genuinely doesn't matter where that ball lands. My whole team is free. And most of his team's on the ground. And in fact, I'm going to just go ahead and blitz Peter Kirby because I can. And it frees up Tina Fey.
Does anybody have 5 SPP to throw here?
Elrond Hubbard has 5 SPP, actually.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So 6 SPP gets you your first level, and if I can do so, I would like to try to spread the SPP around just right. So Elrond has 5. If I needed to, I should score with him, but if I don't necessarily need to, and for example, in this case, if I have the players who are free, I could probably just pass with Elrond and then score with someone else. So he gets exactly 6.
Yeah, for sure. You need to get those blitzers levels.
Yeah. The blitzers and the catchers are kind of my priority. And so now he's down 4 players against an elf team. This is bad.
Yeah, and it just has a way of getting worse.
Yeah, so the dragon has pass, Elrond has catch. This is like a 100% chance of working, but I'm going to be extra safe and put Tina Fey in a defensive position.
Elrond Hubbard throw it to Tina Fey, let her score against the play.
Could be. I mean, you can see there's 5 minutes left in this video, and we're at turn 4. So a lot of you probably already know what's going to happen. Most of his players are still on the ground. I'm going to become the.
Oh no!
I'm going to become the worst person, and I'm gonna stall, sort of. I don't think of it as stalling.
Well, I mean, this is different than just sitting on a sideline for 5 turns. But I can see the writing on the wall here. Bring another elf up, throw it to them, let them score the touchdown. I don't see that as awful, horrible stalling either.
Right. Catchers can get SPP, easy. They score, that's their job. What I want is SPP on the blitzers, and I believe that Suicide Tank has 2, Zanzibar Jones has 0. My thought process is, if I can pass from Suicide Tank to Zanzibar Jones, let Zanzibar Jones score it, they both have 3 SPP, and then if either one of them scores, they get a level.
Yeah.
And Elrond can pass to Suicide Tank this turn to get him to 6 SPP and to get us our first level of the LP. And so every single one of his players is on the ground. All 11 of my players are not. Oh, and Tina Fey also has 3 SPP, so Tina Fey just needs to score once and she gets a level as well. So it's raining positional levels, and hopefully we'll keep the train rolling so that we can get a bunch of levels.
Yeah, this is about as good a game as you could have hoped for coming out of the last one.
Exactly. This was a much needed recovery match.
It is pretty telling that you needed a recovery match after your first game, though.
Yeah, that's some real elf shit.
That's how every LP should start. It's just with the first turn, just the first team just being destroyed, so a new one can grow from its ashes.
Mm-hmm. So McD isn't even going to choose to. Oh, sorry. Did I? Right. Okay. So I'm gonna not pass with Elrond now because there's plenty of time. Like, for example, say it's turn 8 and I'm getting the ball kicked to me and I have nothing better to do. I can just do a vanity pass and level.
Yeah, it's always easy to find a vanity pass for elves too.
So I'm considering, do I want to score now? I'll just wait 1 turn. Like, sure, this is kind of boring. We're not really doing anything, but he's gonna pass his turn real quick and I'm just gonna go score.
Yeah.
I could have stalled 1 more turn and not given him a chance to punch my guys, but I felt bad about doing this much.
I don't know. That whole turn 8 punch my guys thing, I don't count that as stalling either. I think you're fine to do that.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel bad about stalling, but that is the correct thing to do. Would have been to just hang out until turn 8.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, good. Nice normal weather. Everyone's happy.
Yeah, everyone loves normal weather.
Maybe the Scourge will kill someone.
There is weather in the game, and it can affect some stuff, so it can make it harder to... Okay, so he's going to pick up the ball and try to throw it all the way back to his own player. If you try to throw long passes, it makes it harder, but he fails the pass, and now the ball's not on the ground near me, so I'm going to try to throw the ball again and get more SPP, because I'm hungry for SPP.
Wow.
I'm real hungry.
See that. Who's going to get it, though? The dragon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why not? He's got pass. I could have moved Tina Fey up to take advantage of the fact that Tina Fey has catch, but I had a spare reroll laying around, and I wasn't really going to use it for anything. I guess I can throw blocks on the line. Like, I put loners there because I didn't want anyone to die. McD says that he said there was no glory to be had from blocking players on line, but I'll gladly take it. So their loner fails, I can't use my reroll, and I dub skull. And that's the half.
That's good. That's a good end.
We get the ball to receive in the second half, and so we will see you guys then.